We learned several things in that segment, how to make the desk, and also that Leanne's husband has no pants on today. So everybody go out and see that. Well, you know, it could be a chilly winter's day all through this winter break, the perfect time to dive into a good book, and they make perfect gift as well, if you know what books are trending and the ones that you should pick. And who knows better than Vivien Jennings of Rainy Day Books, here with some great ideas. You always have great ideas about books, fictional and non-fictional, and kids and otherwise. And let's start down at the end there. What's our first selection?
Well, The Improbability of Love is a fun and colorful look at that London art scene. And it was the front page of the New York Times Book Review last week.
Right.
And it has a woman chef who worked for these shady art dealers. And she goes to a little shop to buy a birthday present, and she finds a Grammy painting behind a rubber plant. And she buys it, and what it turns out to be is it may be a lost French masterpiece. So she's pursued by a Russian oligarch and a sheik. And so it's a chase to see if they can get the painting away from her. And so it has a mystery, it has romance, and it has art. Great look at the London.
How can you, is there any rule of thumb about buying fiction for somebody? Because fiction is such a personal thing. People have, you could say somebody loves biography and buy them a biography, but fiction covers such a spectrum. How do you know what to buy somebody?
That's what we do really well at Rainy Day Books, is you come in and we say, what are they interested in? And then we say, okay, here's a novel for them. So that's why I kind of tell you a little bit about what the background of it is, because you kind of match it up to people's tastes.
Excellent. What's our next book here on our table?
This is The Absolution by Jonathan Holt. It's a thriller. So if someone likes a thriller, this is the best one of the season. It starts with a body. They find a body on the beach at sunrise in Venice, and the throat has been cut and the tongue has been cut out. Wow. So this Italian woman cop decides that maybe it's tied to the Freemasons in Italy, maybe corruption in the Vatican. And so then she joins forces with an American intelligence agent, and they're tracking a hacker who's involved in cyber attacks. So there's a lot going on, a lot of crosses, double crosses, and you're on the edge of your chair. I could not read it fast enough.
That really brings in an awful lot of things that are kind of from today's headlines.
Right out of today's headlines, absolutely.
All right, now speaking of the headlines of past and present, this next book you're going to talk about is one that I think I'm going to try to get to over the winter break. And this has gotten great reviews about a president that not a lot of people know and remember all the history and career of, even though he's still with us.
Well, John Meacham, who's the former editor-in-chief of Newsweek, has written this. It's really biography and history, and political history, too. And so it's Destiny and Power. It's about 41, President George H.W. Bush. Right. And it uncovers so much about what went on, and people have not known it. So there's lots of surprises in it. He had conversations with President Bush from 2006 to 2015. He had the White House diaries, the vice presidential diaries, and he had Barb's diaries. And then he talked to many of the friends. And, you know, it was interesting because at the end, John said, I interviewed him here, and he said that he took it to him and he said, now, I can't change anything that you said, but if you want me to do something parenthetical, I can say, well, you remember. And 41 said, nope, I said it, we're done.
Including some very telling things about Dick Cheney and about his own son as president, and Rumsfeld. That one will inform some of your decision-making as you head into this election season, too. I think that's fascinating. Yeah. We've only got about 45 seconds left. What's this beautiful picture book?
Dewey Bob, absolutely the book for kids. It's a really charming story about a little raccoon who finds a friend, delightful, and has a CD with it. And then Daily Peace, great little gift. Who doesn't need Daily Peace? Right. Wonderful photographs from National Geographic, and there's a quote on each page.
And you chose one. There it is. That's the beautiful picture. And this is the kind of book that looks beautiful. You need to pick it up and read it, but it looks beautiful in your home, too. Yeah. I mean, it really does. And you kind of got this beautiful picture of this horse in the snow. And it says for October 20th, when we're unable to find tranquility within ourselves, it's useless to seek it elsewhere.
There you go.
What a beautiful comment. I did, because I'm an egomaniac, look up June 21st, my birthday. I don't remember the quote, but it had a picture of chocolate chip cookies. So this is a very good book.
Yes, it's lovely.
If it's got cookies.
A gift for anyone. And books they're not fattening, and they're always the right color and size. So there you go.
It is perfect. So many great selections. This is just, this little tiny sprinkling of ideas, and you'll get more ideas when you visit Rainy Day Books or their website. We'll have a link to their website on ours, kclive.tv, later today. And in honor of the great literary Vivien Jennings, I wore my Edgar Allan Poe socks.
Yay!
Poe for my toes. Hey, Pa, thank you.